Thanks, Ashley. For more on this, we go to Reese Everson, attorney and founder of Babes in the Workplace, and Rory Reiling-Topping, conservative commentator. Reese, let's start with you. Do you welcome this renewed spotlight on the FBI, and what do you think might be found in this report?
So, at this time, this is a political play. And what we have is Donald Trump attempting to remove the heat from him and his party, attempting to remove the heat from him and wanting to see if we can say that Comey's firing was actually a result of his behavior at work, or if it was actually a result of what it really was, which Trump tweeted. Trump fired Comey because he wanted to stop the investigation. That's all this is. And so, no, we don't need to reopen this.
Though at the time when Comey made this decision, I remember many Democrats criticizing the FBI director for his actions, saying he was politicizing the FBI. Rory, what are the main questions you'll be looking to have answered in this report?
Well, I think there are several questions that myself and many others will be looking to. And number one is, will there be any criminal prosecution? And if so, of whom? The OIG has the opportunity to make that sort of recommendation. And as you alluded to earlier, both Democrats and Republicans have complained about the FBI's conduct. So to me, that signals that when both sides agree on something, they agree on so little these days, there probably is some misconduct at play here. So that would be number one. And number two, I think what we'll be looking for is what exactly have they substantiated. There are so many comments out there about Comey, about McCabe, and who did what. I think we really just are looking forward to what the facts are outlined in this report.
And Reese, since Trump was elected, the Democratic Party has primarily focused on blaming Russia for the election result outcome. Will this news perhaps get them shift their attention to something like the FBI, and what might be a legitimate reason for viewing the FBI as having, influence the outcome of the election?
Well, the truth of the matter is that the election was a result of the Democratic Party, unfortunately, selecting a candidate that Democrats were not all completely willing to support. If you go to the numbers, in 2008, Obama was able to garner a huge swell of support, and over 3.6 million people voted for Obama, more than were willing to turn out for 2016 for Hillary Clinton. And so we really have to take responsibility as a party and say it's not about the FBI or the release of that report of James Comey. It's really about the fact that Hillary Clinton was not the candidate that people wanted to vote for, and more people in the Republican Party were willing to vote for Donald Trump.
Right.
And it's unfortunate.
Do you see the Democratic Party doing any of this self-reflection at the moment?
Not at all, and it's all about the finger pointing. We've got to, bring Comey in and make him answer for what happened. You have Hillary Clinton interviewing and saying that if the report had come out a few days earlier, she would be the president, and that's just not the case. The Democratic Party, the young people, they were not activated for, or the people of color were not activating for Hillary Clinton, and that's just the unfortunate truth.
Rory, I wanted to switch gears for a moment because a judge ruled this week that special counsel Robert Mueller must reveal the identity of unnamed individuals in the indictment against former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort. According to Politico, among the people Mueller will be required to identify to the defense are top European former politicians who took part in the influence campaign, as well as others whose testimony Manafort has been accused of trying to influence in recent months. What are your thoughts on this decision?
Well, I think this goes to the fact that we are in an unprecedented era of government transparency in terms of what we expect from our government officials. I don't think that that's unreasonable given, for example, the FBI investigation and conduct that we were just talking about. However, I think we're walking a very fine line between what should be kept within the agency for security reasons, things of that nature, and what the American people deserve to know in the interest of transparency. So, again, the Mueller investigation is walking a fine line in a lot of those things, and I think they are in this as well.
And Reese, do you have any thoughts on this move by a judge to shed some more light on what exactly the content of this indictment against Manafort is?
We deserve as the people to know who said what. At the same time, we do want to protect the sources of the people who are willing to come forward and be, whistleblowers. And so we have to make sure that in our country that we make sure that we protect people who decide to come forward in issues like this. So I'm still a little concerned that those people should have their privacy as well.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Rory Reiling-Topping and Reese